Hey, what's up? It's your guy, Mark. My words coming back to you, brother. Down today, I want to talk to you about being a father, right? And when you're a father, your job is to prepare your kids for when they grow up. Prepare your kids for when they grow up, namely your boys, right? Now, obviously, your role in your daughter's lives are very, very important. But in our country right now, we have an issue with men and boys, and young men and boys. That's what we have a problem with, bro. So we talk a lot on this channel about being better men and obviously raising our boys to become better young men. Because normally when a society has thorough young men, the women follow suit. All right? So we're going to talk about that today. Now, if you like the content, bro, if you like what's going on my channel and you like what I'm spitting out, not only leave a comment, but if you hit the like button and push subscribe, that lets me know that I'm doing the right thing, right? That lets me know that I'm pushing out the right content for the right reason. So it really, really helps, man. It lets me know that we should be making more videos like this. Also, if you have a comment about some things you do as a father, right, to raise your sons up to become better than what you were, because that's what we're trying to do. We want them to be better than us, even if it's 1%, right? If there are things that you're doing in your kids' lives, bro, put it in the comment section. What that does is the next guy who maybe doesn't have children yet, right, but he's going to, the next guy who didn't have a father, so he's learning by trial and error right now. His kid's 5, his kid's 4, your kid's 25, bro. Your comment and things that you might do with your child now might shift this guy's perspective and help him raise his kids. Just from one comment, bro, one thing you say, right? So let me start off by telling you this. So I got 2 older boys. I have 2 older boys who played sports, right? And so one of my mentors, he told me a long time ago, he said, bro, never talk to your son about the game unless 24 hours have gone past first, right? He said, give it 24 hours before you start talking about the game. Because what we like to do is, guys, we get in the car after the game. We want to give the kid the rundown of what he did wrong, what he did right, score, just all types of stuff, right? And our emotions are high. His emotions are high. A lot of times they're not receiving the information well. So after 24 hours, he's had a chance to sleep on it. You've had a chance to sleep on it. And this day, in this digital age, man, a lot of times you can sit them down and watch the game together. And so you guys can have a really in sync perspective on things, man. And that was a gem for me, bro, because I got a kid now that's playing college football. So, you know, it's just a lot that could go on in a game. And so after the game is not when he wants to hear my commentary, bro. It's, yo, good game. You tried your best. We'll talk tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that was just one of the things. So I just wanted to talk about a couple small areas, bro, that we have to hone in on when our sons are young, so that when they become young men, bro, they have a fighting chance. Because that's what we want them to do, is have a fighting chance. When we're super soft on our boys and we let mom take lead as far as raising them and showing them how to be men, bro, we're putting them at a deficit. And then when they're 21 and 25 and they're making horrible life choices, horrible career choices, horrible financial choices, horrible choices in women, bro, they end up then needing your help down the line. All because when they're 5, when they're 7, when they're 10, when they're 11, we don't do the best we can to get them prepared. So a couple things popped in my mind earlier, bro. So number one, table manners. Table manners, right? We got some kids that are walking around the house eating, bro. Just walking around the house eating, right? No plate, no napkin, no nothing. We got kids that are standing up at the dinner table. We got kids that throw food at the dinner table. We got kids that laugh and joke and talk too loud at the dinner table, right? But guys, at some point, your son is going to go to a girl's house and have to eat in front of her dad. How do you want him to act? Do you want him to use his utensils properly? Do you want him to say please and thank you? Do you want him to scarf down his food before everybody else has even eaten their salad? Or do you want him to act like a gentleman? Because let's be clear, if you have daughters, you understand this. If a dude comes to sit down and eat with you and he acts like a savage, you're going to tell your daughter you can't date him anymore. So think about your son. Now think about this as a great woman that he could possibly build a family and a legacy with, bro. And he fucks it up because his table manners suck. Because normally the first or second meeting with his potential wife's father is over food. So, bro, when our kids do not have table manners and we do not hone in on showing them how to act at the table, bro, we're putting them at a deficit. And I know it's just cool. Oh, he's only 7. Marc, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, he's only 10. Bro, what do you think? Just at some point, it's just going to be a magic button and it's going to click on and he's going to act like a gentleman at the table? Absolutely not. This process is just like any other process you do with your kids, bro. It has to start young and you have to continue to curate that. All right? So table manners are very, very important. Now, another one. Since we're talking about manners, right? Language with the manners. Language, right? So there are a lot of kids that when you say something to them, they say, what? Instead of, excuse me, or can you repeat that? There are kids that when you give them something, they don't say thank you. There are kids that when you say thank you for stuff, they don't say you're welcome. There are kids that shake your hand and don't look you in the eye. They have limp handshakes. Huh? They talk too loud when they're inside. Bro, if you do not teach them all of these small things, there will be tons of interactions that they miss out on because they did not have proper manners. You know it and I know it. There's people that you meet, bro, on your job, in public, right? Family functions. You shake their hand, their handshake is limp. They don't give you eye contact. They don't say please, thank you, you're welcome. Bro, you look at that guy differently. I don't care how much money he has, man. I don't care what his clothes look like. You look at him differently. You say, wow, this dude must have grew up different because he doesn't really have manners. So, bro, you can't rely on his mother to teach him that. You can't rely on grandmom to teach him that. You can't rely on his sisters and brothers to teach him that. You got to teach him that. He has to have manners. He has to be able to have a very simple 5-minute conversation with someone and someone walk away and say, wow, that's a really solid dude. Because a lot of times, bro, think about this. People don't get a chance to get to know a man. They only know a man from the initial interaction a lot of times, right? And they have to make a judgment based off that. And what we'll say is, oh, don't judge a man by its cover. Don't judge him. How else are you supposed to judge it, bro? What are you going to do? Read every book in the library? No, you judge it by its cover. The handshake, the eye contact, the smile. Hello, sir, how are you? I'm doing pretty good, man. How's your day going? Bro, these things are taught. You understand? You don't just one day, you just don't become this guy. These are things that are taught. So we have to teach our kids manners, bro, especially our boys. Now, thirdly, bedtimes and wake-up times. Bedtimes and wake-up times. So this is what we do. We let mom establish the bedtime and the wake-up time, right? Mom establishes the bedtime and the wake-up time. The problem is, the kids get to a point where they realize mom's not good at enforcing the bedtime and wake-up times because all my mom's going to do is yell and scream. But she's really not going to do anything. She's not going to take my game out of my room. She's going to tell me she's going to punish me if I do it again, but she's not going to punish me. She's not going to lay hands on me. So I'll go to bed when I want. I'll wake up and hit the snooze button 13 times. So, bro, when they're 6, when they're 5, when they're 4, when they're 7, when they're 8, when they're 12, the bedtime is crucial. Because, obviously, they need time to get adequate rest, right? So that's always number one. But number two, bro, as a grown man who accomplishes anything in life, guess what you need? You need a bedtime. You need a wake-up time, bro. You need to be strict on your bedtime because we're learning as we grow. Oh, wait, I just can't go to bed when I want to, bro, because I'm not going to get enough sleep. If I don't get enough sleep, I won't be energized to be accountable and progress throughout my day. I used the wrong word, but you know what I was trying to say. There's no way that you're going to be productive, bro, if you don't get enough rest. So what are we teaching our boys if we don't hold them accountable when it comes to a bedtime and a wake-up time? And it should be the same every day. Most of the kids have to get up and go to school, bro. So if they got to get up 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:15, bro, they got to be in the bed 9:15, 10 o'clock, whatever it is in your house. But the bedtime needs to be the bedtime. I don't give a fuck if it's 12. 12 is the bedtime. That means everything off and you in the bed, bro. That's it. And what that teaches them is accountability and a regular schedule. And bro, you're not going to meet a successful guy that just goes to bed whenever he feels like it. Every once in a while, you'll have artists, recording artists, that will say, bro, we're in the studio till 3, 4 at night. All right, cool, bro. But that's not most people. That's a very small percentage, 0.00001%. But most guys that are successful, bro, they have a bedtime. They have a wake-up time. Set your kid up for success. Because when he goes to college, you're not going to be there. You got an 8 a.m. class, a 9 a.m. class, a 10 a.m. class. If he does not have a regular bedtime that he's been shown for 18 years, he will struggle. He will struggle. And we've all either been that guy or we know someone who was that guy. They dropped out of school and you're like, how did he drop out of school? Guarantee he didn't have a bedtime, bro. So listen up. If your kid has a bedtime and a wake-up time and it's strictly enforced by you, they also have table manners that are strictly enforced by you. Not only do you show them, but you show them by action, and then you hold them accountable to those actions. If they mess up, they got to suffer a consequence. And then also, bro, interpersonal interactions, right? They have to have manners involved with their interpersonal interactions. So that means when they greet people, when you guys go inside people's houses, when you see them go to practice, they should be fist bumping everybody at the practice. They should be shaking their coach's hands. They should be speaking to everybody when you go to someone else's house. That's how you teach them to have communication skills as a young man. All right? When you do these things, you give your kids, bro, they're so much farther ahead than the kids that didn't get that at home. That's before we talk about the talent. That's before we talk about the grades, bro. That's before we talk about any other advantages they might have. You got to do it now, though. You can't wait till they're 18, 19, bro. That's too late. That's way too late. Got to get on it now. And if your wife don't like it, guess what, bro? She just don't like it. She don't like a lot of things you do. This ain't about her. Because they're going to be men way longer than they're going to be children. You understand that? They hit 18, bro. The world considers them a man. They might live 70 years after that 18th birthday, bro. 80. What are they going to do? So we got to take control of it as fathers. Now, one thing I will ask you to do, bro, if you like the content in this video, I need you to share this with somebody. What that does is that gives the information to someone that you know, that you care about, that lets them know you care about them, and that also gives them a chance to ingest the information. Because whatever you took from this video, bro, your homie's going to take something different. Guaranteed. No two people are going to watch a 15 to 20 minute video and take the same thing from it. That's not possible. It's not how it goes, right? So when you share that, you're saying, hey, bro, I love you enough. I care about you enough that I just want to give you this info. This is pretty powerful for me. I really liked it. I think you'll like it too. And that's it, bro. All right? Now, if you are the father that's struggling with these things, maybe you didn't grow up with a dad. Maybe you grew up in foster homes, bro. Maybe you were in jail for 10 years and you didn't get to raise your son for 10 years. Now he's 10. You got to come home and deal with the, you know what I mean? And you need some help. You need some guidance. Go down to the description, bro. Book a call with me. We'll get on a Zoom. We'll talk about it. You might need a family therapist in your area. You might need a family counselor. I can help you with some online resources or some resources in your area. Or if we need to develop a relationship and have an ongoing relationship so that I can help you follow through with a plan, we got to do that. Because guess what? We will get help for our cars, our houses. We will pay somebody to give us a nice fresh haircut. We'll pay for clothes. We'll pay for all types of things, bro. When it comes to raising our children or just getting better as a man, we sometimes say, I'm not going to spend that money on that. I'll just figure it out on my own. But bro, that's probably the most important part of your life, is becoming a better man, a better father. Because that leaves your kids depend on you being a great man and a great father. It just is what it is, bro. You're going to have grandkids one day. So what you want them to be like? Time is now, all right? So go down the description, book a call with me if need be. If not, I appreciate you for tuning in today, man. All right? I really do appreciate it. When you take the time to listen to me, that lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. And bro, literally, I'm on here to make you better. I'm on here to make you better. That's it. That's what I get from this. All right? So I appreciate you for hanging out with your boy. It is your guy, Mark my words, once again. I hit you on the flip side, homie.